Good morning, boys and girls. Today I'm going to go through with you your statues worksheet, learning sheet 8.1. You should have completed pages 1 to 3. Now, let's look at the first question for section A. In section A, you're supposed to fill in the blanks, using words from the story statues. So you should actually have your statues reader with you. And then secondly, you're supposed to make a sentence of your own using the word. Alright? Now I understand, right, that below in this particular question, for a sickness which spreads, right, there isn't a line drawn for you. So what you can do is you can actually draw your own line and write out your own sentence there. Okay? So let's look at the first example. Alright? A direct route travelled quickly. So a direct route travelled quickly. So this word can be found in the story statues beeline. Okay? And the sentence given in the example is, we made a beeline for the noodle stall at recess. Okay? So this is an idiom. Alright? It doesn't mean, idioms do not take on a literal meaning, because idioms actually take on a figurative meaning. Example, it's raining cats and dogs. It doesn't literally mean that it is really raining cats and dogs are flying down from the sky, right? So let's look at the first question, a sickness which spreads. So the word we have here is disease. Now why is that so? If you check in your statues reader on page 3, there is this phrase on line 21, making the pink chrysanthemum sound like a disease. Okay, the phrase sound like a disease is an idiom. All right, sound like a disease. Okay, because it is now used in a figurative language. Okay, because the pink chrysanthemum is not really a disease itself, like coronavirus or cancer or something like that. But because of this game that they were playing and the character was wearing the pink chrysanthemum, it made him look like he had a disease. Okay, so in this case, the word disease does not purely mean that it is an idiom. In fact, it is used as a simile in this particular story. Okay, so anyway, we can make a sentence using disease. So an example would be, cancer is a terrible disease. Now for question 2, okay, tissues in the body that enable us to move, that would refer to muscles. Alright, now you may refer to your statues stellar reader, page 7, line 83. Okay, move a muscle. So the character did not want to even move a muscle, okay, because he wanted to win the game. Actually, not really. He didn't want the bee to actually sting him. So the sentence that we can make is, they no, I won't, I will not move a muscle. Alright, let's move on to section B. Okay, we are supposed to match the definitions of the idioms found in the story statues. Number 1, to move swiftly in a direct straight course. So based on what you have learned, okay, so it would be make a beeline. Number 2, to be so afraid that you cannot move. That would be frozen stiff. Okay. Number 3, to discover someone in error or doing wrong. That would be catch me out. Number 4, to support someone with help, influence, money, or authority. That would be back up. Number 5, to be removed from a game. That would be out. Now remember I explained to you this word out has a figurative meaning. It means that to get out of the game and not to go out of the house or to just walk out of the room or the classroom. I hope you understand that. For page 2, you are supposed to circle the synonyms of the underlined word terrified. Okay, terrified can be found in the passage here. Alright, let's read through the passage first. Okay. For a moment, she was not sure what to do. She turned her head, spooked to find no one behind her. Panic-stricken, she ran ahead, only to reach the end of the road. The deep of the night loomed before her. She was frightened and took a few cautious steps back. Something moved on her head. She was terrified. So the synonyms of terrified would be spooked, panic-stricken, and frightened. Now, why is it not cautious? Because cautious means to be careful. So in no way does cautious have the same meaning as terrified. Alright, now let's move on. Now we need to look for the synonyms of dislike. So the word dislike is over here. Let's read the passage. I have never liked snakes. Most people I know just loathe them. I treat snakes with a healthy respect, knowing full well the consequences of disturbing these slimy, crawly creatures. My neighbor, old Mrs. Lim, simply detests snakes because her dog was killed by one. For me, I don't exactly hate snakes, I just dislike them. Now let's look for the synonyms. The first one would be loathe, next detests, finally hate. Now you might be wondering, why didn't I choose never liked? Okay, for never liked, right, it is a phrase and not a synonym. It is not a word that means dislike. It would mean never liked, but it is not a word in itself. It is a phrase. That is why never liked is not chosen. Okay, because synonyms, we are looking for a word with the same meaning. Finally, for page 3, we have the word climb. So the first word that we have would be cold, okay, chilly, freezing. Now freezing is actually found in the story itself. The story statues, crispy, frosty. Next, the word climb for dislike. You have dislike, despise, loathe, hate, abhor. Next, the word climb for afraid would be afraid, frightened, fearful, scared, panicked. Now, boys and girls, if your answer is different from mine, I'm not saying that your answer is wrong, okay? Because a word climb consists of many synonyms, and all these words have similar meanings, okay? So if your answer is a bit different from mine, that's okay. So I'll collect back your statues worksheets when I see you in school. Have a good day, take care, goodbye.